So now I'm going to show you how to assemble the Electra model with 60 units. We're going to start off with 5 units, so 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And now I'm going to show you how to put 2 units together. So you're going to insert one tab of one unit into the slot of another unit, like this. See that? Just slide it in. And once you slide it in, you can lock it in place by folding this flap over. Okay, and now these 2 units are locked in place. And after that, you're going to add 2 more units to form a ring of 5. Okay, so now you have a ring of 5, and you'll notice that it is shaped like a star on the outer edge and like a pentagon on the inside. So if you count this as only one side, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. I know it looks like 2 sides, but consider it as one. In any case, this is a pentagon or a star, and the rule for assembling the 60 unit model is that every pentagon is surrounded by triangles and also squares. So you're going to have a square, triangle, square, triangle, square, triangle, square, triangle. So it's going to alternate. And actually, maybe I could even draw it out for you guys. So I'm going to get a scrap sheet of paper here. And so this is the pentagon at the center, right here. And then we're going to have a square, which is 4 units, 5 units for the pentagon. And then you're going to have another square here. I'm not really good at this. Square, square, and square. So 4 units, 4 units, 4 units, and 4 units. And then over here, you're going to have 3 units. So this would be the triangle. So this is what I meant when I said we were going to alternate squares and triangles. So 4, 3, 4, 3, 4, 3, 4, 3, all around, and all of that surrounds the pentagon. And then on the outer edge over here in this area, you would just add a pentagon so that it would kind of complete the same pattern as this. Okay, so I'm going to fold this up like that and place it over here so you guys can refer to it throughout the video if you need to. So I got my star here, and now I'm going to form a square. So in order to form a square, I would add 1 unit here. And another unit right here. See that? See how there is a square right here? Now I'm going to close off these gaps on the right. Just like this. And now that I have a square right here, I know that the next one coming up must be a triangle. And to form a triangle, all I have to do is add 1 unit right here. See the triangle over here? So then I would just close it up. Just like that. And then after the triangle is a square. So all I have to do is add a unit over here. And close it off. Okay. For those of you who are used to putting together models like this, feel free to fast forward this video. For others who think that this part is too slow, sorry, I have a faster version of the assembly process as well that I will be linking to this video. But anyway, so we have a square and a triangle. So put this unit here and close it off. After this triangle is a square. Okay. Close it off. Just like that. Triangle. Right here. And coming up next is a square. Triangle. Close it off. And square. And now we want to close off this last triangle over here. And there we have it. So now we're going to evaluate this model again and refer to our diagram, and it looks exactly like that. So we have 5 units here, 3, 4, 3, 4, 3, 4, 3, 4, 3, 4, and so on and so forth. So as long as you follow this particular pattern throughout the entire unit, then you should be able to assemble the 60 unit model correctly. So I'm just going to continue on. So now you notice that there is a square surrounded by 2 triangles, and that means there must be a pentagon right below this square over here. So I'm going to add 1 unit. Add 2 units. This is the second one. And if something comes apart like it did over here, just fix it. It's no big deal. Okay. So now we have 1, 2, 3, and we need an additional unit to make it into a pentagon or a star. So let me just add that unit over there. And now I can lock it in. So in total, I added an additional 3 units into the space over here to create the pentagon. Okay. So now there is a pentagon here, a square here, a triangle here, and what goes here has to be a square if we look back at our diagram. Like that. And lock it in. See that? So now over here there must be a pentagon as well because we have the 2 squares and a triangle right above it. So in order to do that, we would add 3 units. So this is the first one. One. Two. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Sorry, you would just add 2 units. And you will lock it in over here. See that? And now you have the star shape. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then over here we have a square, triangle, so there must be a square right here. We'll just add 1 unit to create the square and then lock it in as we did before. Here you go. Just like that. And then over here, we're going to have a pentagon. Okay, and now you can lock it in. There's the pentagon, square, triangle, square. Now again, if these assembly instructions are too slow and boring for you, feel free to fast forward or also check out my other assembly video that is sped up. Okay, so got the square here, and now we have another pentagon. Okay. Five. 4 should be here to make a square. Lock it in. Another pentagon right here. because we have square, triangle, square, triangle, square, and pentagon at the center. Stick it in and close it up. Okay. And now a square goes right over here. So actually all we have to do is close it up to get the square. Okay. And now we're going to assess what we need over here, which is a triangle. Because we have a square, and that means a triangle has to be right underneath it. And that just came loose, so I'm going to fix it. Close off the triangle. Add 1 unit over here to create a square over here. Right there. Create a triangle next, because there's a square on the left. Stick that in there and close it up. Close off these two ends over here to complete the triangle. And now form a square over here. So we can do that by adding 1 unit. And I'm sorry that I'm talking so much, but I know there are some viewers who want to be walked through the entire process step by step, so this is for you guys. Close off the square right here. So now we have triangle, square, and triangle is coming up next. And we can actually just close that off because that would form a triangle. Okay. And a square is coming up next. So we would add 1 unit to make the square. Close it off. Make a triangle right next to this square. There you go. Close this off. Make a square next to it. Okay, now we got triangle, square, triangle, which we can actually just close off right here. Okay. Alright. And now we have this pentagon at the center, triangle, square, triangle, which means a square has to go over here. And actually it looks pretty cool from this view too. Okay. Triangle is coming up next. Like that. Square, triangle, and square. Now I'm closing off the square. And I can also close off the triangle that's right next to it. Okay. So I got triangle, square, triangle, and square right here. I think if you've gotten this far, you kind of already know the pattern, but nonetheless, next coming up is a triangle. Close that off. I'm gonna fix this unit because it got loose. Okay. So now we got triangle here, which means we need a square right over here. Right there. Close that off. And once we close that off, we can also close off the triangle that is to the right of the square. So push that in, close it off. Okay, so we got triangle, square, triangle, and square. That fell apart, so I'm going to reinforce that. Okay, so we got triangle, square, and triangle next. Close off the triangle. Close off the square. going to fix this loose unit over here. Okay, so now we have triangle, square, triangle, square, triangle, square. And remember, there has to be a pentagon at the center too. So let me just finish the square and then get to the pentagon. Square. Cool. And now we have to have a pentagon here, so I'm just going to add 1 unit. Close it up. Cool. Now we need a square over here because we have square, triangle, and square. So add 1 unit to make the square. Okay. Now we know we need a pentagon at the center of these triangles and squares. So I'm going to add another unit. And close off the pentagon. Okay. So we need a square right below this triangle right here. I'm looking at the time and it's already been 27 minutes, but we're getting there. So close off the square right here, like that, and we're gonna have a pentagon right here because square, triangle, square, triangle, square, pentagon. Close off the pentagon like that. Triangle, so square right here. We'll add 1 unit to make that square. Like that. And then triangle over here, right underneath the square. And then a pentagon at the center. So I'll just add 1 unit to make the pentagon or the star. Okay. Square right underneath the triangle. Close off this pentagon. Okay, and now we only have 4 more units. So now what we have over here is triangle, square, triangle. So we're going to finish off this triangle by adding 1 unit. Fix that. Close off the triangle. I have a square over here. Close off the square. Close off this triangle. Fix any loose units and close off the loose ends. Okay. And now we are down to our final 2 units. So triangle, square. Close off the square. Close off this triangle over here. And then over here we're just going to form another square. So that's how I know where to add the final unit. So stick it in there and close it off. Alright, and now there should be a pentagon over here because you have square and triangle and square and triangle. So we're just going to close off all of the loose ends together. Close this off. And this one as well. And once you've done all that, you are completely done with the Electra model using 60 units. So again, I have another video teaching you how to assemble the Electra model by David Mitchell using 30 units as opposed to 60 if you don't want to fold 60. But yeah, thank you so much for watching this video. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and also share with your friends, and just have fun folding. So see you guys in another video. Bye.